Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to State of Greatness. I'm Jim Rigsby, the host, and today we have got our fearless leader, Tyler Warren, with us. He is a co-owner of Signature Properties.
Yep.
And thank you for coming on, man. We're glad to have you. And I thought today maybe we just go through to tell your story because you got such an amazing story. And your mom was owner.
Yep.
And would you be interested in sharing that with us? Because I think that's something that I just think it's clear all involved.
No, it's definitely a God thing, man. It's not by coincidence. I mean, you were sitting at this table here today.
That's right. I agree.
It's divine kind of appointment, man. So, anyways, yeah, it's really my mom's story, which is special. I was in the news yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, you did pretty good. He was a movie star, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I just told my mom the story, right?
Yeah, she did.
And you were there for a lot of it, which is awesome that you're back. We brought the band back together, and I mean, here you are.
I was one of the originals that come over with her, and that went on my sabbatical. I love the way you said that. Went on my sabbatical. You about that the other day. Went on my sabbatical and then come back.
Yeah.
And
but you got a lot of corporate experience, a lot of corporate knowledge, and so you brought all that back, and we're starting to implement some of the processes that you got exposed to.
Yeah,
when you went away. So, it's really a story about my mom and my entire family moving from Los Angeles, California in 1992. I was like 10 years old. And my mom, she was trying to find this house for us, and she just couldn't find anything. She started really grinding, and she was using, a realtor at John White Realty. Man, he just was so impressed with her kind of grit.
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what he saw in her.
Yeah, he said, "You better go get your license and come work for me." Yeah. And so she did, and man, she never looked back. So I guess in 2011. She, I think she got fired. I mean, I think that's the reason.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I was working with her there with that other company, and I don't know the whole story, but she was like, "I'm getting ready to open my own brokerage. Do not leave," because I was not happy. I was going to leave, so that's the reason I came over with her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, I guess the story goes that she got fired.
Okay.
I don't think it was the first time she got fired. She's kind of always bucked the system.
Yeah.
And she passed some of those genes down to me. Which is served me well and not served me well from time to time. But she started Signature Properties in 2011. And man, it's just looking back, I kind of stayed out of it because I was in the military traveling and starting my own businesses in Greenville, South Carolina. And it wasn't until her stroke in February where I got to look kind of deep into the history of Signature Properties, who was here, all of the financials, the plans for the future. And so I got to spend February and March with my mom in the hospital going through the history of Signature Properties. And then I met Steven, and it was like, man, God is definitely telling me to be a part of this in some capacity. I don't know what that looks like. I got to get involved, continue my mom's legacy, and here we are.
Just let it unfold. Let it unfold. And then, you got probably back, in July, I guess, and it's just amazing what I've seen just from July to what you guys have done now. So, yeah, I think it's definitely in God's plans. It's something great's getting ready to come out.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Starting with your podcast.
Talking about podcast. So, yeah, exactly. And, I've tried this before. I mean, I tried a podcast before, and it was like one step forward, two steps back, right? And it seems like in everything is with this, we got the right people on board. You all got the right people on board. You brought everybody on board. And I think that this is just going to progress out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just letting the good Lord take care of it and lead it wherever it needs to be.
I love it, man. Yeah. No, I anticipate this being a major part of our operation. So, yeah. No, I'm proud of Salvador, man. All the things that you've been able to accomplish and, you're still fluid in this, right? I mean, you got some great tools to get to the point where you're at right here.
Yeah. We all do.
It's a grandpa. It's a grandpa too.
Now the grandpa. Yeah, I've got my little Tim adult. Yeah. So, so have to take care of her a few days a week, and then do this. I'm still selling an estate. I'm still a top agent. So I just, it's not a 9-to-5 job. I get up in the morning, do what I got to do, and work till dark, and do it again. That's what we was just talking about this morning. About how many hours we get to sleep. And if I get 6, I'm tickled to death.
Right? That's a good night.
Yeah, that's a good night.
I know that. that pain. I got 3 kids under 5.
That's right.
And so it's, all night long something's happening.
If somebody's sick or somebody died or somebody was bad, yeah, that's right. All of that is funny. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So what's your goals for the future? Do you have a vision?
Yeah.
That for a
Sure.
signature properties?
Yeah. Well, no, I think we need to be kind of a trendsetter. I really feel the potential for signature properties to be way out in front on how agents get treated from a support standpoint, resources available, assets that they can leverage. Stephen and I spent many, many months talking through kind of the vision of signature properties and what it's going to require for us to attract great agents and then obviously give our clients, the buyers and sellers, the best experience that they could possibly get.
Yeah.
And I think we are starting to see that. The foundation is here, right? I mean, the team's in place. We got to get more agents. That's coming. But the agents that are here do a fantastic job. They exceed customer service and the expectations every single time out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip those agents to even take their real estate game to the next level. And so that's everything from a marketing, in-house marketing resource, obviously the podcast, we want to support that. We've got software engineers coming. We've hired one recently. We've got more coming. And then, so for all your big corporate ideas, we needed to
get somebody to integrate all that stuff. That's right.
So all those things, and then just to maintain the culture, because I think, when I first came in February and looked around, to just give my mom's update to everybody, kind of where she was at. And I looked around the room. I've been in sales my whole life, and I was like, man, this is different. There's something different about this place. And I met Alan for the first time.
Yeah. And I was like, broker, for those who don't know, Al was actually the broker of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him, and I was like, okay, man, this is kind of, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
And I got some big ideas. And he's like, well, Steven does too. And I'm like, who's Steven? And then I met Steven, and, hundreds of hours, man, we've spent on the phone, in person, in meetings, discussing the plans for where we're taking signature properties.
Yeah.
And I think we're aligned, and now we're starting to put the team together.
I think what I think is amazing is that, pretty much your mom and Alan, isn't it amazing what they've done? It's a miracle. There's nothing what they've done. There was no technology, very little technology, right?
Yeah.
And very little marketing.
Right.
And it was pretty much their integrity and their honesty and being ethical in the industry.
No doubt.
That brought this company to where it was. And your mom, she was, we need to get her on here one day.
Oh, we do.
So I want her on here. Because I think everybody would enjoy meeting her, if they don't know Shirley. But I think that, they're, like I said, their honesty and their integrity, and they brought agents in who had the same belief system, and it was a personality thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was, your mom, she loved them, she brought them in, but I think to have that foundation where we are at this point is huge.
Everything.
And then for you to take your mom's legacy and then move that forward, I just think it's absolutely amazing. And I'm glad I'm part of it. I feel like I've been led to be part of it, and I've done a lot. We've talked about this. I've done a lot of praying and questioning God where I need to be, right? And had all these signs that said, "Yep, you need to be here." So we won't go into all that, but I think that where we're going, I think where you guys are pushing us is amazing.
Yeah. No, I think you're spot on. And the pillars of integrity, honesty, transparency, trust, you just don't find those in sales. You just don't, though. And so those were here, and it attracted great agents and productive agents.
Very productive agents.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not normal today. Normally in sales, you cutthroat, backstabbing.
I was getting ready to go. There's exactly what we'll do.
First, or your last.
There is no backstabbing in this company, which is crazy. I didn't imagine.
Always wanted
Naturally, no backstabbing. Right. There's no drama. There's no, and I left, and you run into drama, you run into crap, I'm sure, like management. But then you come back, and this whole group, they just work together, and it's like a family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so for me, I kind of have a few different philosophies on this. Where running small businesses in Greenville, man, you can go really fast by yourself, but you can go really far with others. And I've always been a team guy. I think that when you can get a great team together, man, and really mitigate each other's weaknesses, but then also take advantage of everybody's strengths.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing here internally to build out those teams for the agents to leverage to become even more productive.
Yeah.
Real estate agents.
Great.
I've never been a real estate in my whole.
You're really good.
Well, just some of those principles. They just like any industry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The business principles are there. Is where you go. Yeah, you just sell a product. It's a different kind of product. Bingo. And then getting agents up to speed as to sell that product. Sure, and being knowledgeable and learning and things like that. And I think that's what's great too. You exactly about.
It's a huge responsibility. I mean, this is potentially the biggest purchase in a human. Somebody said it yesterday. This is probably the biggest investment / purchase an individual making.
Most people, for most people is, and for a lot of them, it might be their only purchase. You know what I'm saying? They may not ever go buy their house. This is our first house you get, and they'll stay. And so you gotta take care of them.
Exactly.
And so, I'm excited where this place is going until it. So.
Yeah, so we got the podcast. I think, that's going to be an incredible asset to our agents.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah. So, I know we got some new stuff on board we can't talk about, but which I think is fantastic. But so maybe give me some of your history. I mean, we talked about mom, right? But you're a business owner. You got another business.
Yeah.
Would you care to talk about that? I mean, is there, because I think that's a great story too. And of course you're ex-military.
Yep.
Yeah. And served for us. And God bless you for that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So
it was a family business. My dad was military.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How come I didn't know?
It's Arnold Dream Brad.
I didn't. Wow. Really? Yeah, I did not know that. And
that's how we met Mom.
How come I didn't know that? Because I've known your dad for all these years.
Well, he only been there for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I didn't know him as the Sleepy's guy and the restaurant, and I knew him, when I worked in the factory in research over with Eastman.
Right.
When I worked over, we would go over to Sleepy's and eat, and he was out there carried on and harassing everybody. Just a really unique individual. I loved him dearly, but never knew that all the years I knew.
You didn't know that? Yeah, he did. He got drafted while he was in the LAPD police academy.
Yeah. Well, I knew he was in the police academy. Yeah, I didn't know.
He got drafted and then went and served and then came back and then did 22 years with LAPD.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mom was an attorney, so as a child, I got away with nothing.
That's how you were.
Right? I mean, my dad was a cop. My mom was an attorney. And... yeah, it was.
You had to be a good kid.
And then I had an older sister who would tell on me. So yeah, I got away with nothing.
So what brought y'all to Tennessee?
My dad, he got out of the military, got out of the LAPD. He retired right after. I don't know if you remember the Rodney King incident.
Yes.
Yeah. He got out kind of right after that.
Okay.
And then got his seminary degree. So he was gone all the time, working during the day and then going to get his master's in theology at Biola University.
Gotcha.
So he did that, and then we, this is pre-internet days. They were like, not, 1992, like there wasn't a whole lot going on the internet, but he was able to locate a guy that was looking for a pastor in Kingsport.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he met a guy that had a church but needed a pastor, and my dad said, all right, pack up, move. I got removed. I was like, I can see him do. I'd never seen a cow before, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, how that's fun to
do person. But I got to see all the farm animals.
Yeah.
On the drive out here. So yeah, it was a wild experience. I mean, we rode all the way out, probably getting my mom in trouble, but we packed up everything to where we couldn't even get to our seatbelt. So me and my sisters were in the back of this little Chevy Blazer driving across country, and nobody wore a seatbelt the entire time. It's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, for 3 days, it was just like us the kids and the dog. And then we just landed in Kingsport. We had a little rental property while my mom was shopping for a home. Yeah. My dad was still, he stayed back and worked. And then joined us after a few months of him going through the retirement process.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
Well, what a neat story. So as long as I know your mom, I don't think we've ever really discussed how she got here. I knew that, you all lived in L.A., but I didn't know how she, I don't know, we never did bring that up.
And he preached for a while.
Yeah.
You know, we had church at our house for like 10 years. And he left that church, started his own church, and then we ended up kind of merging with Celebration.
Yeah.
Which is a local kind of mega church. We call it a
Celebration
video church.
Yeah.
So we merged with them and went to Celebration when I was in high school. And so I went back out to California to start college, and the September 11th happened.
Okay.
It's wild, man. I took my wife the other day over to Warriors Pass State Park, where I broke my leg. So me and a couple buddies went out on jet skis the day we graduated high school. I got T-boned and snapped my leg in half. And I'm out in the middle of the lake, and my buddy looks at my leg and he starts getting woozy, like starting to pass out because he sees, bone and legs that are bending the way they shouldn't. And, anyways, we knew some girls. Like, this is a whole nother story, but this is how I ended up in California. Anyways, broke my leg, went out there and played football for a year. But September 11th happened. I graduated 2001. Yeah. I was on the football team out there, going to school, and September 11th happened, and we were 3 hours behind. And so I'm watching the towers fall down, like, it's real time. And so it's recorded, and I woke up, what's going on here? So yeah, that was wild. And so I tried to join the Marine Corps, but long story short, I couldn't because I had retained hardware in my leg from the jet ski accident. All God's plan. It's all God's plan.
Yeah.
So I tried to join the Marine Corps. It didn't happen. It wouldn't take me. I quit my job, quit football, quit school. I was like, man, I'm going to join the Marine Corps. And it's awesome, man. Like in Orange County, California, there was a line of about 100 people trying to get into the recruiter state office, trying to join. I had to wait in line.
Wow.
Just to see a recruiter. Wow. In Orange County. I'll never forget that.
Wow. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it was, especially in like Southern California. You would kind of expect that, in East Tennessee and South Carolina, where I'm from. Right. A lot of patriotism and people that love to serve. But to see that, man, I knew something was special about that.
Special. Yeah.
Cool. So my mom, she grew up a giant Clemson fan.
Oh yeah, she's big time Clemson fan. Yeah.
Well, she raised me to
a tiger tail. They got an idea and everything. You see that? I got you. Yeah. I'll probably, yeah.
But she raised me a Clemson fan, and so after I couldn't get into the Marine Corps, she was just like, hey, let your leg heal, go back to school, go in as an officer, transfer to Clemson. So I came back out and transferred to Clemson. I graduated in 2005, joined the military in 2006, and then got out and a couple of deployments to Afghanistan and got out in 2013.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you've been in South Carolina ever since, right?
Well, I did some medical device sales for Johnson & Johnson. And I did 3 years in Charlottesville, Virginia, because my wife was getting her master's at UNC Chapel Hill.
Okay.
So that was just right up the road.
Yep.
And then after 3 years, my dad, he said, all right, man, everybody's getting old. It's time for you to start having kids. We got this lake house. I hope you buy a boat if you go back down to the South. I was like, so
deal.
Done. It's done. And so I came back down and got my master's at Clemson. But my very first, we live in Greenville, and that was the first place I took my wife on a date. Isn't that wild?
How cool.
Yeah. 15 years ago, but 10 years after we moved back to Greenville, 10 years prior to that was our first date. I brought her up to South Carolina to our lake house, and we went downtown Greenville, and I said, I want to live here one day, and I want to marry you. That's exactly what I did.
That's awesome. And now you got some lovely family, gorgeous wife.
Thank you.
Three wonderful kids. Yeah.
And we're blessed.
That's very blessed. Yeah, definitely. Done deal. I'm pretty much out of questions.
Sure.
I got one more question.
All right.
Though. So I try to ask everybody this.
Yeah.
Because we are a state of greatness. So we're a state of greatness. So I want to know what do you consider success to be? I know. It could be one of those questions that you can answer in a minute, or we haven't got all day.
Sure.
So, no, I'm out here baiting. So, yeah. So what is success? I mean, sure, because I know everybody's got their own concept. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to summarize, success probably at home, at work, in your personal life, with your friends. I think it really boils down to just being in God's perfect will, because everything else will take care of itself. So if you're following the path that God has already outlined for you, and you're in connection with that calling, I think everything else will just kind of fall into place.
That's awesome. Well, that's awesome.
For me, that's how I'd summarize it.
That's pretty much what it is for me as well. You know, just being content with what you have and let it just unfold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let God's plan unfold for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, man. This is great.
I love you, man. You're awesome, and I'm so proud to be part of this community. And I'm looking forward to everything that we
Big things are coming.
get to do. We got many years ahead of us, you know, many years to grow. So, but anyway, if you're good, I'm good.
You enjoy it?
Good.
I'm good.
Good. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Yep.
See you.
Cool.